What does it mean to rise after you've fallen?
In the heart of a bustling city, a young woman named Elena stood at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. She had just lost her job. The weight of their decision lingered like a storm cloud over her head. As she watched the world move around her, she felt separate, as if encased in glass. Elena had always believed in her strength, repeatedly quoting the words of Marcus Aurelius, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind." But today, her mind felt fractured. Memories of late nights spent poring over projects, the laughter of colleagues, and the thrill of success slipped through her fingers like grains of sand. Embracing the reality of her layoff was no simple task, especially with the chorus of self-doubt echoing in her mind. The looming pressures of rent, bills, and expectations felt like boulders on her chest. Each passing day became an invitation to despair. Would she ever find a new path? Yet, just as winter gives way to spring, Elena remembered the teachings of Seneca. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. She felt the flicker of a memory, an old journal buried beneath a pile of untouched mugs and forgotten dreams. When she finally found it, its pages were filled with limbs of thoughts, budding ideas, and aspirations she had kept hidden. Each word was alive, a seed within her that awaited the right conditions to flourish. The journal reminded her of her passion for writing, an ember she had allowed to dim amid the monotony of her corporate life. But with the glimmers of hope came its adversary, fear. The question loomed larger: would anyone even want to read what she had to say? Elena could still hear Epictetus's voice resonating through the years. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That evening, enveloped in the smell of coffee and the hum of her favorite neighborhood cafe, she began to write. Each word flowed from her fingertips like water breaking through a dam. The sensory details wrapped around her, warmth from the mug, the soft piano in the background, and the sharpening of her focus. Days turned to weeks as Elena replaced anxiety with creativity. She shared her writing online, fearfully pressing posts for the first time, prepared for criticism, but hoping for connection. Her vulnerability became a bridge connecting her with individuals sharing similar struggles. The responses were overwhelming. Stories poured in, tales of loss, rebirth, and the strength to rise anew. What began as a singular struggle transformed into a tapestry of shared experiences. Within her writing, Elena found not just a voice, but a community that resonated with her journey. Her work didn't just inspire others, it renewed her own spirit. As she reflected on her transformation, Elena embraced the concept of amor fati, loving her fate, the trials that shaped her anew. The Stoics taught her that the greatest fortress one can build is in the mind, fortified by resilience and understanding. In a quiet moment of reflection, she realized something profound. Adversity had not stolen her future. It redirected her toward a path filled with purpose. Each setback had become an opportunity to forge ahead with even greater passion. As Elena continued her journey, she would often remind herself and others that every ending is a beginning in disguise. Perhaps there is an intrinsic wisdom in the ebb and flow of fortune that encourages us to reimagine our identity. And so, what does it mean to rise after you've fallen? To rise, dear friend, is to embrace each fall as an invitation to grow, to redefine success, and to weave your tale anew, anchored in the virtues of strength, courage, and love for one's own fate. As you ponder Elena's journey, consider this. Are there fragments of your own story waiting to be woven into a tapestry of inspiration? What will you create from the ashes of your struggles?